No, LARPing is just another one of those words which the internet decided it wanted to hijack and change the meaning of it completely. Like goon. Goon used to be a normal word. It used to mean like henchman or bad guy in like a fucking superhero film or something. Now goon is like completely different. Like LARPing used to mean live action roleplay, which was dressing up as knights and wizards and whatever the hell, and going out and doing knights and wizard stuff. You guys heard the sound of metal too, right? Are they using real swords? But nowadays on TikTok, LARPing means liking something that you don't really like. You know, pretending to be a part of something which you're not really a part of. Or something like that. Like recently on my For You page, I've been getting these videos of basketball fans who are completely just like S-tier LARPers. Some of the best I've ever seen.
Where were you when Darren Watkins Jr. posterized Norris Cole?
I was here, bro, in the garden, bro. I saw that shit live.
Where were you when Samir Woods dunked on Kobe?
I wasn't even born, like.
You weren't there?
I don't think so.
Okay, you seen the highlight though, right?
Yeah, I seen the highlight.
And I don't get why they don't go, who's that, when they hear fucking Darren Watkins Jr. and Samir Woods. I mean, I feel like if you're a fan of a basketball team and you hear a name that you don't know, you would just go, who the fuck is that? But instead, these guys want to LARP to the fucking max. They just start making up backstories. They just start lying out of their asses.
Who's a better Sixer all time, Darren Watkins Jr. or Samir Woods?
I'd say Samir.
What'd you like about Samir?
He was just real flexible with the ball, you know, he moved well. Man, I was at a game once where we were down 1, he stole it. I was actually sitting really low.
Like this guy literally said he was at a game once.
I was at a game once
while talking about a player that does not fucking exist. And he's like, oh yeah, I was at a game once. I remember, man. That guy, fucking Darren Watkins Jr. What a player. Like, I kind of understand getting a camera and mic shoved in your face with a guy asking you questions can throw you off a little bit. But instead of being able to make up this entire story of this basketball player who doesn't exist, he could just say, well, I don't know who that is. Bye. It's not that hard. But these basketball fan LARPers aren't really doing much harm besides hurting their egos and making themselves look like complete idiots. The same can't be said for these alpha male rich lifestyle type of LARPers. The guys who pretend to be rich online, so they either get validation from other people or can sell courses, because that's literally all they care about. You know, they show off all of this fancy stuff that like, I got this fucking Rolex, I got this fucking the keys for this really cool car, I've got a yacht, I've got a jet ski. They always have jet skis, and they're like, I know how to make money, so buy my course on how I made money. And then you buy the course and it's them telling you to make a course and do the exact same thing. You know what we call that? A pyramid scheme. Notice how I'm wearing glasses now. It means I'm smart. And the smart thing to do is drop a fucking subscribe, baby. And like the video and, you know, do all that stuff. Cheers. Cheers? Who the fuck says cheers? Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the video. What's wrong with me? So the only way these guys can really fund this like fake lifestyle that they've got going on is successfully scamming people into thinking they're rich, which I talked about in this video, go check it out, or just LARPing, just pretending to be this hotshot millionaire type of guy by using random pictures, using random b-roll they find online, and acting as if it's them doing it and not just some random ass clips.
This is called LARP Hub. So apparently on the street they have LARPing videos and photos.
Alright, let's take a step back and take a look at this situation. This guy's in his room alone making a TikTok about a fucking Discord server called LARP Hub, where you can pretend to be rich and cool. Life really doesn't get any worse than that, huh?
So I went to this category. I actually saw LARPing photos like money, mansions, cars, and so much things. They even have a premium LARPer role.
Look, maybe I'm the fucking weirdo here, but I don't understand what the appeal is. I don't get why you would want to pretend to be some rich hotshot to a bunch of people that you're not going to know and to a bunch of people who do not know you. Unless you're one of these course selling guys, there's no reason for you to put all of this effort into pretending to be rich. Like, go actually do something with your life. It's better than sitting on Discord all day. And most of these guys spew a pretty similar thing. They always say, LARPing is the way to life. You know, kind of like fake it till you make it. But instead of using actual words, they want to use LARPing because TikTok, I guess.
Notice how you can only fall asleep if you act like you're asleep. This just goes to show that LARPing is the key to success.
And before you go thinking that he said something profound and really wise and intellectual, they all say the same thing. They all use this example of sleep. You know, you have to pretend to be asleep to actually fall asleep. Therefore, LARPing is the way of life, or some variation of that. Like, all I did was search LARPing is the way of life, and all of these videos behind me came up, like, instantly. And can I just say, videos like these are such a plague. I hate them, they're so unfunny. Especially when the words are, like, repeated across multiple videos. It's just, pack it in, man. Make some actual fucking content. But of course, LARPing isn't exclusive to pretending to be someone that you're not. You know, you could LARP basically anything. You could pretend to like a TV show or a movie or an anime, which is what we're going to focus on. Because I don't know what's been going on recently, but streamers have been LARPing anime a hell of a lot more than usual. So for some context, the Chainsaw Man Reze movie just dropped, so they decided to cosplay as Chainsaw Man characters.
What's her name? Renee? What's her name? Renee?
Renee.
Reze. Reze.
Notice how I said the name of the movie before? Chainsaw Man, the movie, Reze Arc. It's in the name of the movie. She's also on the cover of the movie, but somehow we don't know who she is, even though you decided to cosplay as her.
It's backwards. Say who you are.
Asa.
I'm Asa from Chainsaw Man.
You know, you would imagine that cosplaying a character would mean, you know, at least the bare minimum of your character. You would know their name, you know, what role they play, how they act, I guess. But, you know, who cares, right? I don't know Chainsaw Man, but all of the comments are saying that she's actually Yoru. So I'm gonna go with that and assume that she's wrong. Honestly, they should have just done what Rage did. I mean, he dressed up as Denji, the main character of the entire anime. Like, you can't forget who that is, and everyone's gonna know who he is anyway. Alright, let's move on to the GOAT of streaming, because he also had an incident with anime LARPing.
We have Sung Jin-woo. That guy's my favorite. When he does all of his crazy anime stuff in the show, in the movies, like, it really makes my day. Crazy anime stuff? Is he could have said anything. He could have just been like, oh yeah, I like it when he beats up the bad guys. I like it when he fights the villains. Crazy anime stuff? He can't be serious, right? Also, there's no fucking movie. I don't know where he got that from.
Blood Red Commander. I mean, this guy is the most scariest villain of all time, and especially his Shadow Igris style.
Okay, so now he's talking about Igris, the most scary villain in the entire show. Oh, especially when he turns into that Dawn Shadow Igris form. Oh, he's a real monster, I'll tell you.
Bro, I love when they use the Igris cloak in the library and the teachers don't spot them, and they're able to get the, the spell that they need.
Why is he doing this? Who forced him to you know, explain the plot of Solo Leveling? Like, unless this is like an ad or something, like he got sponsored by Solo Leveling or whatever to promote this brand new Fortnite skin. Like, he has no reason doing this. Like, no one's holding him at gunpoint asking him to do this stuff.
And so it makes sense that we have a Solo Leveling Mercedes-Benz collab, and it's dynamic, just like we saw in the show. One-to-one recreation of the Mercedes they drove.
Do you ever wonder, like, if he's high while he streams? Like he's actually, like, on something, like, hardcore. Like, he's on, like, shrooms or something. He's, like, fucking hallucinating. He's, like, seeing monsters and, like fairies all around him or something. Like, he basically just streams Fortnite all the time and has all the energy in the world. You know, he's always hitting his, like, fuck-ass catchphrase. He's got his, like, his song, and he's like super against swearing and stuff.
Hello, nigga. Batman. No. We should know what the fuck are you doing.
Like, I genuinely forget this guy's a grown man sometimes. Yeah, that was a really random rant. Anyways, anime LARPers, they're not just streamers, obviously. You can be a normal person in LARP anime. Do you know how many edits of animes like Death Note, One Piece, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? I've seen so many edits that I know like half of the characters, but I've never watched a single episode of the anime. You know, I've got a bunch of friends like that who would see like Gojo edits and stuff, and they would know, oh yeah, that's Gojo, but they don't know where he's from. They don't know anyone else from Jujutsu Kaisen. They don't even know Yuji, and he's supposed to be the main character. But so far, I've only talked about a group of people LARPing a certain thing, you know, anime, the basketball stuff. But what about when one man LARPs everything? Yeah, I'm talking about bbno. This guy is like public enemy #1. I genuinely don't think any real humans like this guy. People hate him so much that they found this comment from like 2025, basically a year ago from now, where like he commented on a David post, and David replied to it. They're looking back at that and they're acting like this is some huge discovery to fucking end this man's whole career. Like, but the main reason people don't like him is, you know, he's like that one cringe kid at school, except turned up to like 100. And you know, whenever he's the butt of a joke, he always owns it, because if you can't laugh at yourself, then you're not happy with it. What was the quote? I feel like there was a quote about that. If you know, if they're laughing at you, laugh with them.
A few minutes later.
Laugh with them when they laugh at you. Take nothing personally. That's off Facebook.
A few moments later.
When other people are laughing at you, it reminds you to laugh at yourself. And laughing at yourself is one of the best habits you can create in life. He's one of those guys. You know, whenever someone's laughing, he owns the joke. He makes sure that he doesn't come off as some sorry, like, you know, butthurt type of guy. He's always owning the joke. Even with this LARPing stuff, he made a t-shirt which just says LARP. And then people said he's LARPing the word LARP. I'm losing it. I'm actually losing it with this fucking word. Also, he makes shit music. He makes like actual just TikTok music. He makes music which is really repetitive. Like he needs it to go viral for it to be popular. You know how actual musicians just release a song and because it sounds good it's popular? He doesn't do that. He releases a song, puts it on TikTok and just plays it over and over again until it gets in your fucking head. But he is mainly disliked because of his LARPing tendencies. I don't know who the hell made this video, but that's how people feel. Because I've seen a lot of these videos involving bbnos, fucking Israel, and LARPing. It's just all three of these, the fucking holy trinity of random shitposts on TikTok right now. But I found this slideshow with like most of his LARPs, and it's like 28 slides of him just in costume pretending to be a fan of something. So we've got some pretty mainstream ones like Kpop, Demon Hunters, Jujutsu Kaisen, Sonic. Why is he wearing a crop top? Resident Evil. No, Cyberpunk. Fuck. I like Cyberpunk. Taylor Swift. Okay, but instead of acting like a Swiftie, he just is Taylor Swift and her fiance. Okay. I think the biggest issue with this guy is whenever something happens to him or his music, he just like attaches onto it like a leech. He's just on that shit straight away. Like he came to the UK recently and this is what he was wearing. I mean, he comes to the UK and he's wearing a shirt about Greg's. And he also posted like 10 videos about it. Also, I saw this other video where Dead as Disco used his song in a trailer. But the obsession that I see the most is the one where he goes crazy whenever a K-pop idol does his dance to his shitty fucking music. His terrible, terrible music. You know, there's a bunch of examples of him, you know, looking at an idol doing a dance and he's like, whoa, no way, they did my dance. So here we've got a couple of examples. We've got James and Nikki doing it, Dinah from 17, Aeon and Chiquita from Baby Monster, and the big one, Jungkook. And I'm sure there were more. These are just the examples that I picked out. To be fair, I don't think he's overreacting at all. I think if I made shitty music like that and, you know, idols started dancing to it, like pretty famous people started dancing to it. I mean, Jungkook, you know, he's definitely got the right to be happy about it. Except in some of his videos, he's not happy about it. And take a look at why. So he's got a bunch of these videos. He's like, this idol danced to my video, but no Stray Kids. And I don't know what it is. This man can't get off of Stray Kids' dick. Like, this man got half of the industry dancing to his song. This man got Jungkook, for goodness sake. And he's like, oh, but what about... No, but what about Stray Kids? I need the Stray Kids to dance to my song. And this isn't an isolated incident. This isn't the first time he's been weird about Stray Kids. This has been going on for half a fucking year.
Hello, Korea. My name is bbno, and I am looking to find the Stray Kids. I am looking to find the Stray Kids. I will not stop today until I meet Stray Kids.
Why is he shirtless and who the fuck is that guy in the back? There's more questions than answers in this video. But this is where it started. This is like patient zero. This is the first instance of him mentioning Stray Kids, I think. I'm not gonna, you know, properly look into it. But this was last year in November, so it was a long enough time for this to be weird. You know, ever since he's been uploading videos about Stray Kids, talking about 2026 will be the year I collaborate with Stray Kids, you know, things like that. And like this video where he's like, I got an emo from Stray Kids, they didn't say no. Look, I'm just gonna say it, he's using all of these groups for extra clout. He's using them to push himself, because that's what he does. He finds something cool, he finds something popular, he latches onto it and LARPs the hell out of it to get more popular. And a couple of days ago, from whenever I'm recording this video, Hyunjin from Stray Kids actually saw the trend, and of course the bbnos reacted to it and everything. And all I'm gonna say is hopefully nothing comes out of this. Hopefully they don't do the trend, because I'm just hating. I'm just hating to hate. I don't want to see Stray Kids do the trend, because I don't want him to have the satisfaction and happiness of it. Like, can you imagine if he's on a Stray Kids album? Because they haven't released one this year, so, you know, most likely they might possibly potentially release something. Imagine he's on it. Bro, if he's on a feature, I swear to you, I'm good. Anyways, that's the end of the video. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.